Abantu abadala, they're sleeping on the floor like this now. Akazi ukuthi why umuntu kufanele azalwe ukuze athole ukusizakala. I don't know.
We are invaded by people that we don't know, we can't account for, we don't know why they're here, we don't know how they came here, and we don't even know their agenda. Unless we have changed the issues that I'm raising now, which is regulations, which is the necessary laws and other things, problem. You can't have people that you don't know who they are in our own country.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we examine two powerful but painful clips that paints a clear picture of the current state of South Africa. First, a disturbing video from St. Mary's Hospital in KZN, where patients are seen sleeping on the floor and benches wrapped in blankets. The second, a now all too familiar voice, Gauteng Premier Lesufi, once again spinning the same web of vague promises and delayed action during his interview with eNCA discussing the illegal immigration crisis. Let's get into it.
Abantu abadala, they're sleeping on the floor like this now. I just called inamba le yama complaints ya after hours. Umuntu othe uSoup osebenza ebusuku o very arrogant ongafuni nokunginikeza igama lakhe. Kule number le. Drop the phone on me. Very arrogantly so. Engafuni nokungitshela ukuthi ubani igama lakhe. Akazi ukuthi why umuntu kufanele azalwe ukuze athole ukusizakala. I don't know.
The footage from St. Mary's Hospital is gut-wrenching. People, sick, vulnerable, elderly, lying on the floor of a hospital. No beds, no space, just cold tiles and desperation. Now, let's be clear. No one in this video said this is because of illegal foreigners. There's no confirmation of that. We all know that's not always the cause of poor service delivery in our facilities. Corruption and mismanagement also play a huge role in the collapse of our system. And that's the point. If South Africans alone are already too much for this system, how can we possibly afford to absorb millions of illegal foreigners? This is what we mean when we talk about state failure. South Africans are not asking for gold-plated hospitals. They're asking for beds, medicine, basic care, and they're not getting it. Not in KZN, not in Gauteng, not anywhere. Now we shift to the Premier of Gauteng.
I want us to go to another big service delivery issue, and you've spoken out about this. But how would you say your province needs to handle the issue of non-South Africans needing access to healthcare? They've been previously blocked. It's obviously a big concern. Our constitution is very clear. How are you going to handle this, Premier?
I still feel that we've mismanaged it, all of us. And I don't want to point a finger at any leave of government. We mismanaged this matter badly. The signals have been there, and I don't think that we responded with the necessary speed. We're very agile in dealing with it. You can't have people that you don't know who they are in our own country. It's not only a risk for our security, but a sudden mushroom of people that own businesses. You don't know where they buy their stock. You don't know where they deposit that particular stock or where they bank. And suddenly we have people that are staying in our informal settlement in our communities that we can't account for as a country, that we don't know how they arrived here, what they do. We don't even have a database of their details, their fingerprints, their ID. If it's not a level of recklessness, I don't understand how to characterize it, or I would not know how to characterize it. So we have to deal with it head on, and we need to come with new methods to deal with it. To stop people from going to clinics and other things might be a piecemeal solution for those that believe it will assist them. But reality is we are invaded by people that we don't know, we can't account for, we don't know why they're here, we don't know how they came here, and we don't even know their agenda. And if we allow government just to allow that huge number of people just to be where they are, it's a problem. You go to prisons, almost half of our prisons, I'm told, it's people that we don't even know where they come from, and they've committed serious crimes. So my attitude is to say we understand those that have taken the actions that they've taken. I think they're frustrated, but we need a bigger agenda as government. And I really believe that the sooner we do this urgently, even if to review our legislation, our laws, and also to review our border management systems, and also to put the necessary resources and come with new creative ideas on how best to manage the people that are in our country that we don't know who they are, where they come from, and why they're here.
So I don't want to misquote you, Premier, but what are you saying about those that are seeking access to healthcare that are undocumented? Should they be helped in Gauteng hospitals?
Unless we have changed the issues that I'm raising now, which is regulations, which is the necessary laws and other things, to do that might sound good ethically. It might sound good to those that are championing this particular campaign, and might sound good for them on the basis that they've identified this element. But where we stand as government, we also suffer the same pain, because we can't do budgeting, because we don't know who's coming. We don't know who's here, who's not here, and the numbers that we have are also going beyond our budget. Therefore, it can't be a piecemeal solution by those that are stopping them. It needs a collective approach, both government, NGOs, political parties that have an interest on this issue, to say how best can we deal with this issue so that we can be in a position to elevate the pain and the misery that our people are going through.
Lesufi spoke with eNCA and did his usual act, admits that there is a problem and then pretend to care. He says stopping people at clinics is a piecemeal solution. He says we need collective unity, NGOs, governments and political parties to come together. Honestly, that's politician speak for we're not doing anything now and we're hoping you forget about it soon. But as he continued, something stood out, and this I think is new from him. Lesufi finally mentioned legislation. He finally suggested we might need to change the laws. That's significant. For years, South Africans have been calling for the review of the Constitution, especially clauses that guarantee rights like healthcare and education to everyone, even those here illegally. But does the Premier mentioning legislation actually mean progress? Because without enforcement, then he's just talking. We all know the ANC doesn't enforce the law it already has. Do you really think they'll enforce new ones that don't benefit them politically? And let's be honest, Lesufi might talk tough in interviews, but does he ever pressure the president? Does he ever call Ramaphosa and say, "Mr. President, my province is collapsing"? I doubt it. If he did, and if every other premier did, the president would be forced to act, but instead he remains silent. So we've got patients sleeping on the floor in KZN, a premier admitting total collapse in Gauteng, and yet nothing changes. In fact, those who try to help, like Operation Dudula, are criticized by the very government that's failing us. Lesufi says, we can't allow unknown people to stay here, but when someone actually does something to confront it, he calls it a problem. Lesufi says, we need a unified approach. Unified with who? With a government that's ignored us for 30 years. That unity is dead. The people are on their own. South Africa is not suffering from a lack of resources. It's suffering from a lack of will, from corruption, and from cowardice. Our leaders know the truth. They've admitted it, but they still refuse to act. And until that changes, videos like these will keep surfacing. More patients on the floor, more communities in chaos, and more politicians saying all the right things only to do absolutely nothing. Watch the video on your left to see illegal foreigners bombing a South African community. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Until next time.